Hi Beacon Church family and friends, welcome to BeaconBites. This isn't actually as I had planned it. I was a few minutes ago sitting on a bench overlooking some water with a book in my hand and a coffee, and I wanted to just share some thoughts with you. But then I realised I got freezing cold and then it started to rain, so I had to retreat to the car. So I'm sitting in the car overlooking water, which you can't see. I haven't done BeaconBites for a few weeks, and the main reason for that, if I'm honest, is I felt it difficult to do in the light of the loss that we've had as a church, losing a really close friend, Steve Ford. And it wasn't until last Wednesday that I took the service that I could begin to think about other things, and it actually made me think about loss. And I know many of us have had losses of all different kinds this year. It's been a tough year, obviously, with the pandemic, and many have had the loss of going to work, not being able to see family, and maybe you've even had a loss of a loved one. But loss is real, and it takes time to process it. And one of the things I've really appreciated in this year is having time to be still. And as Christians, we so easily busy ourselves with so many meetings. And I know we've got plans when we come back together on the 4th of April, Easter Sunday. We've got plans and great plans to do all sorts of things and small groups, etc. And it's great and it's wonderful, but nothing beats that time with you and God alone, me and God alone. Just where we can be in his presence. And the Lord spoke to me this morning about Psalm 46 verse 10. It says, "Be still and know that I'm God." And I constantly have to remind myself to take myself off with him. And today was part of that, coming here to sit on a bench and sit and pray and read. And the thing is, going back to this subject of loss, it hits us hard. It really does. And, you know, we've obviously lost Steve, but we have other losses. Lost the ability to meet up and have fellowship and to gather and all those things that we take for granted. And I think this year, although it's been a reset year, has been really crucial for us to find that place of stillness with God, to be still in his presence. And, you know, maybe we won't be so hectic when we come out of lockdown. Maybe we'll appreciate so much more what we had by way of relationships. But loss is real and genuine. And I want to recommend a book to you that has been rewritten and just been released over the last few weeks. And it's a book by Pete Greig, and it's this book here. It's called God on Mute. It's been rewritten after about 20 years, and it's wonderful, really. At the end, there's a study guide you can go through. And I'm just starting to reread it again, because he talks about, and on the title, it talks about engaging the silence of unanswered prayer. See, very often when there is loss, we have questions, and we think, well, why weren't my prayers answered? Why didn't this person get healed? Or why didn't that happen? Why has this happened to me? And I think Pete Greig in his book is a very gut-wrenching, honest journey of his story with him and Sammy. I don't want to give you too much away because I'd love you to read it yourselves. You can actually listen to it on audiobook now. He's done an audiobook of it. You can do it on ebook, or you can buy the hard copy. I find it as one of the most meaningful books written on unanswered prayer. And it helps you deal with losses too. And I think that's why I'm recommending it today, because when we come out of lockdown and when we can gather, many of us are still going to be processing issues of loss. Whether that's actually someone that you've lost physically in your family, or whether it's the time that you've lost with family or work colleagues, all sorts of things. Just the loss of kind of feeling that you're part of something bigger. And I just want to say to you, in this season, while we are still restricted, I want to encourage you to spend time to be still in God's presence. That passage, that verse I read earlier on, Psalm 46 verse 10, says, "Be still and know that I'm God." We've just got to kind of let all the busyness fall away And I know some of you are extremely busy, key workers. You've kept to keep working, and we honour you for that. But for so many of us, where we haven't had the hectic lifestyle that we were used to over the last few years, I want to encourage you to take time. Don't fill up that time with busyness. Fill up that time with being still and hearing from God and letting him show you just how much he cares about you as a father, how much he loves you, how much he wants to speak to you. And even in the sense that you feel that you've lost something or are losing something, hand those things over to God. God can handle your prayers or the thought that your prayers are being unanswered. He understands all of that. And I want to just encourage you to be spending time with God and considering him in this season. So until next time, God bless you.